Hey, Trey Campbell here, coming at you with a trade plan for February the 4th, 2019. So, as you know, always start with the 4-hour chart. That gives us the best setups and look at the overall trend of the market, overbought, oversold. So that's where I will start this analysis. And as of right now, really hasn't changed much since Friday. We're still overbought, and we're still outside that top Keltner. We are coming into some pretty good resistance here, and a lot of just price movement choppiness. This market now has moved right there, somewhere in closing price there. So we're just right now trying to test this level here, the bottom of this level here, for resistance, and it acted as support in the past, and then it whipsawed around, and then it broke through, came back, used it as resistance, and then from there we just fell. So Monday's question is, are we going to break through that and hold as support, or break through or use it as resistance? And my thought process is, if you look right here, you can clearly see we're overbought, we're ready for a cycle down. You go back even higher, we're massively overbought in the, well, not massively, but look how long it's been since we've even had a cycle back to the middle Keltner on the daily chart. And usually, like any run that we'll have, like look at the past here. Last year we had this nice run up, this bullish move, but it would come up, it would breathe back down to middle Keltner, come back up, make a new high, come back, breathe, come back, make a new high, come back to that middle Keltner. So we cycled, and then we had the big sell off, and then it tumbled from there. But even in that sell off, after that major sell off, we did come back and come back to the top Keltner, so on and so forth. So we've been moving for a long time here without coming back to equilibrium, at least equilibrium. So my bias has not changed towards this market. Now I'm going to be looking for opportunities to sell this market, and let's drop down here to the 15-minute chart so you can see what we're looking at here. So what we got is a pretty strong close. We've closed. This is actually setting up really nicely, I think, and with some trade ideas and trade setups, edges is what I'm trying to say. So let me get my little pin out here for Monday. We are looking at what I would like to see Monday is, I would like to see this thing hold the POC as support here, pop out, keep this lower high, or even come back to this negative, or this plus 0.5, reject, as a double top, and then we come back into this box. And even there, I'm not interested in selling this. I would sell it here, but I am not interested in it there. I want to see it come in and use this as resistance, and I want a playbook play. I want it to break through, use this as resistance, and then I'm going to catch the next lower high, and then I'm just going to ride this all the way down to value area low. Super easy. I think that's going to be the big play for Monday. I think we're going to open, we're going to try to push, we're going to reject. Even if we don't, we may not even get that high. We may just put in a lower high, a lower high there, and then boom, 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 and then I'm entering right there. and I'm taking it down. So that's plan A. That's the number one trade right there. I want a rejection play off the POC. All right. If that doesn't happen, I already told you I would like this area for sure. I may just enter it as soon as we get to that level. I'll set an alert, because if this thing does keep pushing higher, we will get some kind of pullback right there before it goes. And it may be enough to get in and out. It may not. It may be small, but that's the plan there. I want to see this thing push up. I will nail a short there. Some binaries at the monies. Try to get them for around $50. Any of these I'll be getting around $50, just right at the monies. And at that point, I may look at some dailies. So if we're looking like we're having a good rejection right there, I may look to put some daily binaries on as well. If we continue higher, the higher we go. If we just don't hold back, we just break right through. The higher we go, then it's time to put weeklies on, and I'm just going to be shorting this and rolling those shorts. The higher this thing goes, okay, it's pushing higher, so I'm going to step up my time frame. So I'm not going to be trading, for the day or for the hours. I'm going to be trading for the week. So if this thing keeps pushing higher, I'll get some in the money stuff, some real high stuff, maybe like the plus 0.15 here area or something like that, just to hold the weekly, hold it down on a weekly, and trade it that way too. I apologize, I've got a bit of a head cold, so probably sound pretty muffled, and it's been going on for a couple of weeks now, so I'm not getting any better. So let's talk about if this market just tanks. Let's say we just use this as resistance overnight, and I miss this trade, and we just continue lower. Same deal as last week or Friday. I will try to catch a rejection outside of the box. If we break out and then hold it as resistance and try to target the negative half there. And if by any chance we continue crashing lower, I will not be looking to buy this market, just sell it, of course, but I would be interested, probably right if we were just tank, I would be interested in buying this negative 1.5 here, and I'll tell you why. If you pull this up right here on the 4 hour, if we were to make it down to that negative 1 and 1.5 area right there, that is a really good cycle down. And not only that, the negative 1.5 right here would be a test of the last breakout area here. So you would have the market cycling back down to test old resistance for new support, and we're right there at this point where it would like to roll over, and it's going to need to find its footing, and if this uptrend is going to continue, we're going to need to use old resistance as support and not drop all the way back down to old support. It would just make this market choppy. So if we continue the uptrend, if the bulls want to continue running this market, we need to look for this area of support right here. So that's where I will be interested in buying that market. Other than that, it's all sales. The higher it goes, the more I'm selling, and that's pretty much it. That's the trade plan there. So we'll look for sell triggers. My main sell trigger though is going to be right here. under this level, and I think that this is going to be a pretty good move. And but even if it comes up in here, I'll sell it all the way up to this plus 0.15, or this 1.5 up here. And the good thing about Nadex is if I do roll higher, I roll higher. I'm capped on the ones that I've placed down here, so I can't just keep losing. It's not like traditionally averaging up or down in a market. You're capped on your levels, so I can only lose so much here. But if I nail, if I keep the same bias here and I keep trading to the short side, I can make up for these losers here with this one, or this loser with this one. So it really works out. And usually what happens too, if we do get in between like a plus 0.5 and a plus 1 here, generally what's been happening lately is we break through, we come up to that level, and then we come back down and test that level for the days out. So basically what that gives you an opportunity to do is nail this one. You'll go to negative, then you can nail this one, roll it, what they call rolling higher, and then when this one comes back to where you can get out of this one for break even, this one is way in the money, so you can work it that way too. So that's the trade plan. Still short, sell, 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 or sell right there. Sell here, sell here. So there's a lot of good opportunities to sell this market, and I think Monday will be the day. So we'll see what happens, and happy trading, and trade smart, and let's make some money. Talk to you later. Have a good day.